Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Brandy, and I do everything bookish over here. I do bookish hauls, I do bookish vlogs, I do bookish book reviews, everything. So if that's your thing, take a look around, get a feel of my vibe. If you're feeling me, like, comment, and subscribe. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about non-fiction books and memoirs. I know a lot of us don't do nonfiction books or memoirs, and I am the queen of telling people I don't do nonfiction. You can't pay me to do a nonfiction book at all. However, I'm gonna do a memoir, and I'm gonna do a memoir by my favorite celebrities. And when I do it, I'm gonna do it on an audiobook. I love memoirs, you guys, and I love to read them via audiobook. That is the best way for me to take in a memoir. It's just the best way, especially if the person whose memoir we're reading is the narrator of their audiobook. It is the best. It is the best. It is the best. So I want to come and talk to you guys about some of my favorites and why they are my favorites and why I highly recommend that you read or listen to them. And majority of these, I'm going to tell you to listen to them. Hands down. If your Libby app has them, go ahead and put them on hold because they are amazing. And that's why I'm here today, because we're talking about amazing people and amazing memoirs or self-help books, if you would, non-fiction books. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one we're going to talk about is Will by Will Smith. You guys know I rave about this book every single chance I get, whether it is just the audiobook itself, the memoir, the cover. Like, be for real, it's pretty. It is so pretty. So I listened to this memoir, I think October of 2022, and I know the memoir is about 10 hours or so. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's long. I know it's long, and it took me some time to get through it because I had just had my baby. So when I say this memoir was amazing, I have never listened to or read another memoir like it. Will Smith put an entire production down. He had DJ Jazzy Jeff on the ones and twos. Yes, we had music. They had the turntables going. They had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song going. It was amazing. Amazing. I do not rate memoirs or nonfiction books. I just tell you whether you need to read it or not. And you need to read this one, and you need to do it as an audiobook. If you do this book, it has to be done via audiobook. You just buying this one for the bookshelf. Okay, a little disclaimer really quick. You might hear my toddler in the background. Okay, because I have kids. So trying to get this video going, and he's trying to get in the room. So yeah, little disclaimer. So the next book that I want to recommend that you guys try is Viola Davis's memoir. When I say amazing, I mean amazing. Her childhood was a little it will have you emotional. However, she reads her own audiobook, and when I say you can feel her emotion through her words, you can feel her emotion through her words. I remember listening to this audiobook when I first started working at my current job, and I raved about it. So much so, my manager went and bought me the book for my birthday. Like, I just talked about it. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. There's no words I can really say to explain to you guys how amazing it was. Her story was just, oh my goodness, like, it was just raw and real, and you can hear it through her voice. And I really love Viola Davis. One thing I like about a memoir, especially with well-known actors or actresses, is that we get to actually know a little bit about them that you would not learn from them acting on a TV show or in a movie, because we don't know these people for real. But then when they are vulnerable and are able to write their life down to tell the world, and then they read their own audiobook, like, whew, it just puts you in your feels. I highly recommend this one. It's amazing. I literally just got the book as a trophy. Becoming by Michelle Obama. Now, I know a lot of people have read this book already. Like, I read this one before I even knew about audiobooks. I read this one. I've been having this one for so freaking long. And I think what made me love this book, first of all, we all love Michelle, okay? Period. We all love Michelle Obama. But I think what really made me love this book here is she was so raw and real. I think I loved her more when she legit said, listen, that president stuff, it ain't for me. Like, it was literally not for her, and she just went with it because she riding or dying for her husband. It was for him, so she gonna stick beside him. And her telling her story and her perspective and how she viewed things as a first lady, and even before and after, I was like, wow, you know, it really gave me a little insight about how it is to be a first lady, or how it is to be in the process to become the first lady, and even how it is to end that season of your life. It gave me that, and I don't think I ever want to read it from another first lady. Like, and I might be a little biased, but I don't think I ever want to read it from another first lady. Another thing about this book is she has one for middle grade, and I bought it for my baby girl. And she's officially at the age now where she can read it. And so I cannot wait till she finally reads it so that we can chit chat about it. I also bought this book for my mother-in-law because it came with a journal, some type of journal. I don't have a journal, I just had a book. But you guys, it was amazing. If reading about the president and the first lady is your thing, pick this one up. I don't know anything else about her others, but this one here, I loved it. So for the remaining of this video, I have my notebook because I had to jot down the rest of the books because I do not own them physically. I actually borrowed them from the Libby app because I did all of them as an audiobook, and all of them were amazing. The first one that I want to mention is Rick Ross, The Perfect Day to Boss Up. That book was good, and I will say if you are an entrepreneur, that book is for you. So many hidden gems in that book. He literally talked about how he had to pivot once the pandemic hit. Like, he's a rapper, and when the pandemic hit, they were not doing shows and concerts, and he had to figure out a way how to make some money, because he wasn't just sitting on dough like that. He needed the money flow to keep flowing. So he literally talked about how he had to pivot, how he had to figure some other things out, how he had to put some other things in the works to keep that workflow going, keep that money flow coming in. Like, it was amazing. And I feel like if you are an entrepreneur, this book is for you, because whether it's a pandemic or not, sometimes entrepreneurs experience where they have to pivot, or they have to step back and look at things at a different angle, or they have to try something new and they don't know where to start, because entrepreneurship is so fulfilling, but it's not easy. And he talked about it in his book, and I dibbled and dabbled in entrepreneurship, but it wasn't for me. I'm a 9-to-5 girly. However, this book was amazing. I still loved it regardless. So another favorite is Taraji P. Henson's Around the Way Girl. Now, this book, she really just talked about how she became who she is today and how hard it was. And I know recently, like in the last year or so, she kind of went viral for talking about how in her industry, our people are not paid. They're not paid up there. Like, we getting paid, but we're not getting paid up there. And what's funny is I listened to her book, so that conversation was kind of old to me because I'm like, yeah, I already knew that because I heard it in her book. She talked about it a lot in her book, and she really just talked about literally how she got it out the mud. And I'm always going to love a woman who can get it out the mud, especially as a single mom. I'm not a single mom. I've never experienced being a single mom. However, when I see that they're able to still get it done, because having kids is not easy. When I am able to see that they can still get it done, you always gonna be a favorite. You're always gonna be a favorite. And she narrates the book herself, and y'all already know she's jazzy, she's snappy, and you get the attitude in the book, and I just loved it. So this next one, I don't want no slander for this person, because I know the world does not really care about this person like that. And it's partially his fault because he petty and I like it. But Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Hustle Harder. Again, if you are an entrepreneur, this book is for you. I know he is a troll. I know he is. But when you listen to his audiobook, and I can't remember if he narrated himself. I feel like somebody else did his narration for him. I'm trying to think. Because it's him and it's Gucci Mane. And I know for sure Gucci Mane did not narrate his. But I can't remember if 50 Cent. I'll figure it out and I'll put it on the screen right here. However, the book was amazing. In the midst of him being a bully and petty and just being the way he is a teddy bear, okay? You get teddy bear vibes from him. He is very smart. He knows his stuff. And when I say he knows his stuff, he truly knows his stuff. And something that I found out about him that surprised the heck out of me by listening to this book was that 50 Cent don't drink. He do not drink alcohol. And he said that in his music videos or when he's hanging out with his squad or whatever at clubs and all of this, and he's promoting, you know, liquor brands and stuff, he has water in his bottles. He will pour all the liquor into his friends' cups and he will have water in his. And I'm like, you being this petty and you ain't got no liquor in your system? Yeah. Okay, sir. All right. But y'all, his book is phenomenal. I will actually listen to that one again. So many hidden gems. If you are an entrepreneur, or even if you just want to know a little bit more about him, like another thing that I loved about him is he loves to dress. And if you know me outside of the bookish community, which I don't know, some of y'all probably do. If you know me outside of the bookish community, I love to get dressed. I love to put an outfit together. And I love when a person can put an outfit together, especially when a man can put an outfit together and when a man cares about their appearance. I love someone who can dress, someone who could put stuff together. I'm not talking about going to buy all the high-end stuff and think because they got these brand names on that they're dressing. I'm talking about somebody who can literally walk into Walmart, put an outfit together, and people on the street asking where you got your outfit from. And when you tell them Walmart, they shocked because you know how to put that shit on. That's me. Outside of this bookish world, I like to get dressed. So when he's very particular about how he styles himself, how he gets dressed, how he is dressed when he's going on these business meetings, how he feel people should approach him and how they should be dressed. And I love that. And that's why I think y'all should listen to this audiobook, Gucci Mane. So at the point I was listening to Gucci Mane's audiobook, I think I was just going through this phase where I wanted to just listen to celebrities that I knew, well-known celebrities that either I listened to, I watched on TV, and I just really, really, really wanted to know their story. And Gucci Mane was one of them. Before I turned my Bookstagram to a Bookstagram, I just had a regular Instagram page where I was basically posting like it was a Bookstagram. That's before I knew about the Bookstagram world. I had posted a book review on this audiobook, and y'all, Instagram removed it. They removed it. Now, this one, I was just listening to this to get some tea, because y'all know he was beefing with Jeezy and all of this and all of that. So I wanted the tea. And the way that he explained the beef was as if they squashed it, which was crazy to me, because when they did the little, what was it called that they were doing during the pandemic on Instagram, where they were performing and having the battles, I forget. If I think of it while I'm editing, I'll put it right here. But when they were doing that Instagram performance against each other, it looked like they still had beef. But then when I was listening to his book, he was like they had squashed the beef. So I really listened to his for the tea, and he's really smart. He's really smart. He knows how to manage his money, budget his money. He knows how to move business wise. So again, if you're an entrepreneur, you can probably get some gems from Gucci Mane. I think you can. I really think you can. This one here, I surprised myself with this one, because this guy here, I already said 50 Cent was a troll and he was petty, but this man here that I'm about to talk about next, I could not stand him. When I say stand him, every time I heard his name, it was like a bad taste in my mouth. I could not stand him. And like I said, I was going through this little phase where I wanted to listen to either these memoirs or these nonfiction books by these celebrities just to see what they had to say. Charlemagne the God, his book, he has some stuff to say. It is called Black Privileged. After that, I started to listen to Breakfast Club a little bit. I started to listen to what he had to say, and my thing is, people's approach can be off, right? People's approach can be off, but a lot of people, including myself, I'm the type of person outside of this internet world, you really have to get to know me, truly get to know me to understand me. And he's the same way. You really gotta get to know him. He's like he's super hard to crack. But once you crack him and you fully get the understanding behind the way he move and the way he say the things he say and why he say it and how he say it, you understand. Now, I'm not harsh. I'm not a harsh person. Like, I don't want to say I'm not a harsh person like that, but I'm not a harsh person at all. However, I am the type of person that I don't open up easy, and you really do have to understand the way I move. And with Charlemagne the God, I felt like listening to this audiobook, I understood him better, and it kind of put the why behind the ways that he act and how he just say whatever the F is on his mind and how he does not care. And I like it. And if you just get past him being petty, if you can get past that and just listen to what he actually is saying in the book, you'll be like, this guy is smart. This guy is smart. And my husband was like, yeah, if you listen to The Breakfast Club, he be saying some real stuff. And he even be giving his book away on the radio show. And I was like, ooh, I want to call, but I'm scared. I'm not gonna call and be like, hey, Charlemagne, I was just calling to see if I can get one of your books. But I would love to have his book on my shelf. But lots of gems. if you follow me on Bookstagram, just scroll back to when I first started my page and go look at the reviews that I posted for these books, because I posted reviews for these books. So some most recent ones that I did, and these two I did not do as an audiobook. I actually did them as ebooks. The first one is Jeanette McCarty's memoir, and I actually have a review here on my page about that one and how I felt about that one, and I really loved it, especially coming from a Nickelodeon kid. As an adult, I love how Disney and these Nickelodeon stars are finally coming out to tell us what was real. And though her story was called I'm Glad My Mom Died, and her story was more so about her relationship with her mom, she did mention some stuff about the Nickelodeon stuff. And she mentioned that in her book before all of that had came out. So I was like, yeah, she mentioned that in her book. But one thing about her book was I was very hesitant on reading it or even picking it up and putting it on my shelf, because I didn't want something on my shelf called I'm Glad My Mom Died. It seemed a bit harsh to me, but I was like, let me give this book a try, because I know there's a reason why this book is titled this way. Y'all, her story is heartbreaking, because us on the outside watching her on TV, we like, oh my God, we want to be like her. We want to be a superstar on Nickelodeon, this, that, and the third. That girl was going through some stuff. She wasn't even happy. She didn't even want to do this stuff. Like, she didn't want to act. Her mama made her act. You know, that type of stuff. So her book was really, really good. If you want to know more about her story, I highly recommend you reading it. And even if you don't want to know more about her story, you could Google it. It's a whole bunch of interviews on the interweb, because after I read that book, I had to go and do my own research, because I was just so invested in her story. And it was good. And now I totally understand why she named her book that way. Another memoir that I read here recently, actually I read this one at the end of the year of 2023, was Britney Spears' memoir. Now I do know she had a ghostwriter. She had Sam Lansky ghostwrite her memoir, which is kind of weird for me, because why would you have somebody ghostwrite your memoir? But whatever, because we already know what type of mental state Britney Spears is in, and I wanted to know more of her story, because I'm the type of person that I literally do not indulge in celebrity mess, celebrity gossip at all. Like, I hear about it and that's it. Like, I just hear about it and that's it. I don't dig deeper. I don't try to figure out what happened unless it's becoming a hot trending topic, like really, really, really big. It circles the block. Then I'm gonna see and figure out what was going on. But you know, her dad, they finally cut her dad off. So that's what really made me want to read her memoir. And y'all, after reading her memoir, I wanted to give her a hug. I wanted to give her a hug, and I did go down a spiral, and I did go and look at her Instagram page. Now her Instagram page, I can't. I'm silly, and child, I can't go looking at her Instagram page, because you can tell she's still not in her right mind. However, I do want to give her a big hug. And JT, y'all, Justin Timberlake made me so mad. If you guys read this book, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't read this book, you probably still know what I'm talking about, because JT, baby, she spilled the tea about JT, and I was just like, really, Justin? Really? I read this book before you went on tour, and I wanted to see you in tour, and now I don't want to see you in tour no more, because no, I don't support that. But the book was so good, it will literally make you want to hug her. I mean, squeeze her tight, because the way her family used and abused her was just terrible. But very, very good. I highly recommend. So my last recommendation, and if you follow me on Bookstagram, you have seen me talk about this book just recently, because I'm literally about 60% in this audiobook right now, and it's Whoopi Goldberg's book. Y'all, go get it. That's all I'm gonna say. Go get the audiobook. I do not see the experience being as amazing as it is in audiobook form in physical format. Now, you can get the physical format if you just love whooping, you want it on your bookshelf as a trophy. But if you want to read the book, do it as an audiobook. When I tell y'all I got her on hold right now on the telephone, that's how it seemed. We are on the phone talking. I mean, we are laughing. I am laughing with her. Her commentary while she's reading this book, you can tell that some of the things that she is saying, she did not write this stuff down. And if she did, you are not going to get it the same. You are not going to get it the same. Go on your Libby app and go place this book on hold. It's so good. It's a good time. It's just a good time. You're literally having a cell phone conversation with Whoopi Goldberg. If you like Whoopi Goldberg and you want to talk to her on the phone, go get the audiobook. It's amazing. She's talking about, so her mom and her brother passed away, and she's at this age now where she wants to put how she feels about her mother and brother on paper before she gets to the age where she can possibly forget, and she does not want to forget. And when I say she loves her mama, and when I say she loves her brother, she does. When I say she has given her mother so much grace, I love it. When an adult can sit back and look at all of the things that their parents did for them, the struggles, the sacrifices, making it happen, and just give them grace, because we're only parents one time. There's no handbook for it. There is no handbook on how to be a mama. There is no handbook on how to be a daddy. We just out here winging it, okay? And when you become an adult and you see the things that your parents did for you when you were a kid, and you're looking at it as an adult, you're like, oh my God, they did so much for me. They sacrificed so much for me. They did an amazing job. She's given her mom so much grace. So much grace, and I cannot wait to finish this book. I'm actually about to finish it now because I'm gonna go do my baby girl's hair, so I'm gonna put the earphones on and finish this audiobook tonight because it's amazing. I really hope that I encouraged you guys to pick up one of these. Like, I know we are in the fiction world, baby. Give me the fake stuff. Give me the enemies to lovers tropes. Give me the thrillers. Give me the fantasies. Give me this, give me that. But one thing about me, I'm gonna pick up a memoir. If it's of a celebrity that I like, genuinely like, I'm going to pick up their memoir. I've been waiting in line for Whoopi Goldberg's book. Like, tracking it every day, looking at how many more people is in front of me, because I've been wanting to get to this book for so long. So if you read any of these books, let me know if you read memoirs, let me know who your favorite memoir is. I know everybody raves about Cicely Tyson, and I do have her on my list to read. I just need to get a hold of hers. But other than that, who wrote your favorite memoir? Who wrote your favorite nonfiction book? It don't even have to be a memoir. Who wrote your favorite nonfiction book? I know we love fiction, but this video right here is about memoirs and nonfiction. So just let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.